Hello, hello, hello. Hello. So, sorry for some of the technical glitches on our side. Hello. So, we are going to start the December 15 newspaper analysis. Good to see you all. So, sorry for the technical glitches that we had, we have overcome that, and yes, is it audible now to all of you? Now it is audible, okay, thank you. So, thank you all. So, we are going to start. Good to see that you all are participating in the program. We shall be discussing the news of the previous day, that December 15th Hindu newspaper, and of course we shall be discussing a few possible questions, general awareness questions from yesterday's newspaper. So, let us begin. I request all of you to subscribe to our social media channels. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, please give like to our Facebook page, and subscribe to all other social media channels of ICD. December 15 Hindu. See, the major news has been again the farmer strike. I shall brief you again. In fact, in one of the previous episodes we spoke in detail about farmer strike. What are the concerns of farmers and how the trade is taking place? Listen, very few commodities in India enjoy the protection of minimum support price. The minimum support price is the price at which government agencies procure grains or their produce from farmers. And how is it done? In farming states there are common places, agriculture APMCs, agricultural producers marketing committees, APMCs there, they are called local mandis. Farmers will take their produce to mandis where there will be private players, private agents sitting, and there is a small kind of a bargain there. So, finally through that bargain the price is settled. The farmers will naturally give the produce to the person who offers the maximum price. If farmers do not get the required price, then nearby sitting will be the FCI person. So, the farmer will be able to give his produce to the FCI person, where the FCI, the Food Corporation of India, will buy their produce at the minimum support price level. So, the minimum guarantee price is there for the farmers. With the enactment of the three laws, there is no guarantee that government will continue with the minimum support price. That is the major most concern of the farmers. So, now the question is this: the government has said that no, they will not do away with minimum support price, but still why the farmers are striking? I shall tell you very clearly. There is an apprehension within the farmers, they are not properly consulted before the law is passed, or the law is passed through the back doors. In June, at the peak of COVID, through a presidential promulgation, the laws came as an ordinance, and later on in September it was passed by the parliament. Now listen, FCI is procuring, there is a guarantee that FCI will procure. There is a certain percentage commission that the agents in the mandis get. Government says that once the new laws come, the agents commission will not be given, because there will be corporates who will sit outside mandis who will offer better price. What is going to happen is that in the initial years, the corporates whose passion is only for profit and profit alone will give better price for a few initial years, and once they ensure that the mandis are closed, agents become an extincted species, then corporates will decide the price. This is the apprehension of the farmers. Listen, if we go by the history of the recent governments, they are privatizing everything. At some point of time, they may even privatize FCI. If that were the case, the farmers will not have any kind of security, price security for their produce. Not even that. Now the farmers decide what they want to produce. Once the corporate farming, that is another bill, once the corporate farming becomes prevalent in India, the corporates will decide what is to be farmed, what is to be produced. That is another apprehension. Listen, another concern is the repealing of the so-called Food Security Act. Listen, Essential Commodities Act will be scrapped. As per the Essential Commodities Act, which is one of the backbone of the food security of India, once the Essential Commodities Act is repealed, then it will lead to hoarding of agriculture produce. As per the Essential Commodities Act, anybody who keeps agriculture produce, there is a limit given, only up to that limit that they can keep. If they keep beyond that, then the administration can take away, the government can take that excess produce, and they can even cancel the license of the hoarder. But that Essential Commodities Act is repealed. So you read everything, read between the lines. Through one side, there is a tax that is to be given to APMC agents, but the corporates who will sit outside APMC, the corporates, they need not pay any tax. This differentials will work as a benefit to the corporates. So soon the agents within the APMC will become an extincted creatures. So APMC will be closed down, corporates will boom. In initial years they will give farmers better price, but once they ensure that APMCs are completely vanished, they will dictate terms to farmers. They will dictate the price of their produce, they will dictate their farming culture itself. They will dictate, the corporates will dictate what the farmer has to farm. So there is a danger that the farmers foresee. And read it along with the so-called annulling of that Essential Commodities Act. Once Essential Commodities Act is annulled, then the corporates can keep huge quantity of grains with them. Presently nobody can, because the Essential Commodities Act is a barrier. Nobody can keep. Corporates are not going to keep a few. India, we discussed this in detail yesterday. India went for a nationally committed target of 33 to 35% of GDP. The emissions will be reduced between 33 to 35%, and the Prime Minister claimed that country has already made a 21% reduction. So that is the that is what the government of India has done. But the article says that out of the G20 nations, that is responsible for 78% of the greenhouse gas emissions. Except India, other countries have not done much. So mind you, the global temperature is rising by 1 degree Celsius every century. So this will lead to global warming. So this is a national emergency, international emergency. That is why the Paris Protocol, it was signed, and most of the countries have made nationally accepted commitments in controlling the greenhouse gas emissions. So we have got miles to go because that is an international emergency. Okay. So, and mind you, this has to be done during the times of COVID. It is said that estimated 12 trillion investment is required to take the economies back on track, but equally important is that these growths are sustainable, and environmental protection does not take a back seat. Government of India says that they have increased the national forest cover by 15,000 square kilometers. Of course, that will absorb a lot of carbon dioxide, tons of carbon dioxide will be absorbed, but what exactly are the achievements will be the concern of environmentalists. So please read this article, it is a good one. Now I am moving on to another question paper. This is your question, please do. Sir, it is buffering, it is said. Listen, there is a it is working very well for the systems here. Okay, the digitized platform that will be used to track enlisted beneficiaries and COVID vaccines on real time basis is named, most of you got the correct answer, it is COVID Vaccine Intelligence Network. It is COVID Vaccine Intelligence Network. So CoWIN is the answer, most of you got it correct, very good to see that. So let me proceed. Here is your next question. The COVID operational guidelines released by the Union Health Ministry says that dash will be used to identify the priority population over the age of 50. So what is going to be the data used to vaccinate people? Is it Aadhaar or latest Lok Sabha Assembly election rolls or PAN card information or the latest census data? Please answer me. Yes. Okay, very good. Very good, very good. Most of you got the correct answer. It is going to be the latest Lok Sabha and Assembly electoral rolls. So the government mentioned that it is going to be the Lok Sabha Assembly electoral rolls that will be used to by the government in vaccination centers. Okay, so most of you got the correct answer. Fine. It is the Lok Sabha and Assembly electoral rolls which will be used by the government to identify the vaccination, the beneficiaries. Okay, firing a warning shot across big tech's boss. Listen, it's a very, very important article. Yesterday we discussed this particular thing in detail, that the Facebook is facing the wrath of the regulators in the United States of America. Nearly 48 states in the United States attorneys general of 48 states and the Federal Trade Commission have been prosecuting, suing Facebook for their anti-market practices. They have been trying to buy or bury their upcoming competitors. Look, it's an excellent article. You must read this. Some of the comments are very striking. They are speaking about one of the emails written by Mark Zuckerberg in 2008. It is better to buy than to compete. When an upcoming company, when a company is coming up, and when Facebook sees it as a future threat, then in this context the Mark Zuckerberg said in one of the emails, he said, it is better to buy than compete. You better buy the company and kill it, or make it a successful company, of course under its own folder. It is not good to compete. This is one of the emails made by Mark Zuckerberg. When you read further, look, Facebook worked like mafia style. It said, will he go into destroy mode if I say no? This was the concern of the owners of WhatsApp. Will he go? He was offered 19 billion. WhatsApp was offered 19 billion. So it is a tempting offer for an upcoming company. So what he said was that, will he means Mark Zuckerberg, will he go into destroy mode if I say no? If I say no, will he go into destroy mode? So look at the ploy developed by or employed by Mark Zuckerberg. And another comment made by the Instagram founder Kevin Systrom. Kevin Systrom says, bottom line, I don't know, I don't think we will ever escape the wrath of Mark. The wrath of Mark. I don't think we will ever escape the wrath of Mark, meaning these companies were working under real pressure and tension, because once they start budding, once they start doing, they were really doubtful whether they could continue with their success, because once they fall into the radar of Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook, they were suspectful of their continuation. They knew that Mark Zuckerberg will either buy their company or will bury their company. Now the article continues to say about the Indian relevance. All this has direct relevance for India, and not only because these companies are so important in India. More than 400 millions of WhatsApp users, estimated 2 billion users in India. More than 400 millions of WhatsApps, estimated 2 billion, total 2 billion people, meaning 1/3 of the world population is using WhatsApp, and out of that 400 million, half a billion, almost half a billion are in India. So now the same thing, it is not just Facebook that is facing challenges. A few months back Google was under the scrutiny, Amazon is under scrutiny. So once these companies come into the radar of Federal Trade Commission and once they initiate antitrust laws, it is very difficult for these companies to escape. Same thing has happened many years back to even to Microsoft, the same thing, antitrust suing happened. So please read this. Indian companies, we can have also draw many parallels in Indian corporate sector, big companies buying small companies and killing them. So the world industry is looking at how Facebook is going to face. Will the Facebook die or will it survive the bad weather, is something that everybody is looking at. Okay, we shall do another question. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will lay foundation stone to the world's largest hybrid renewable energy park in. Tell me. The time is up. Is it in Kutch in Gujarat, Jalgaon in Maharashtra, Chikballapur in Karnataka, West Godavari in Andhra Pradesh, or Ashok Nagar in Madhya Pradesh? Please give me the answer. Okay, many people say it is the first option. Let us see. Let us see whether it is correct. Okay, the correct answer is Kutch in Gujarat. Most of you got it correct. I am very happy to see that. Very good. So, shall I proceed with another question? Manvi in Kutch, where a desalination plant is coming up to transform seawater to potable drinking water is in. Of course, anybody who did the previous question would easily answer this question also. Yes, let the answers come. Quickly, I require more responses from you. Manvi in Kutch, where a desalination plant is coming up to transform seawater into potable drinking water, is in Kutch, which is in Gujarat. Kutch is in Gujarat. Okay, the next, this is a stealth frigate Himagiri is ready. The first of the 3 stealth frigates being built by the Golden Reach shipbuilders. This is the next question. Himagiri, the first stealth frigate that was launched into water, was built by. So, I have given the 5 shipbuilding companies in India: Cochin Shipyard, Cochin; Mazagon Docks, Bombay; Golden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers, Kolkata; Goa Shipyard, Goa; and Hindustan Shipyard Limited, Vizag. So, what is your answer? What is your answer? Please, I require more responses from you. Yes, okay, the trend is breaking, correct. Golden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers, Kolkata, that is important. Mazagon Docks is in Bombay, Cochin Shipyard of course is in Kochi, Kerala, Goa Shipyard is in Goa, and Hindustan Shipyard Limited in Vizag, but answer to the question is Golden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers, Kolkata. The 6th question. John Le Carey, original name is David Cornwell, who died recently, was an author of many thriller novels, politician, musician, athlete, architect who pioneered many water theme parks. Yes, yes, the trend is again breaking. Most of you have, all of you have so far got the correct answer. Please take note of some of his major works. When an author comes into limelight for any reason, here the reason is that he passed away, his literary works become cynosure of all eyes, and that can even catch the eyes of question makers. Tinker Tailor's soldier spy, the spy who came in form of the cold, he was these were some of his major works. He had almost 25 works, literary works. These two, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy and The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, were two major works of his which were turned into television movies and which were very popular in UK. The third question, the next question, the seventh one, the winners of India-Australia Cricket Test Series will be given the rubber, the Ashes, the Border Gavaskar Trophy, the Freedom Trophy and the Friendship Cup. The winners of India-Australia Cricket Series will be given. What will they be? What will it be given? Them be given. The winners will be given. Okay, again the correct answer is breaking. It is the Border Gavaskar Trophy. The rubber is given to the winners of India-Pakistan Test Series. The Ashes is given to the winners of Australia-England Test Series, and the Freedom Trophy is given when India compete with South Africa in a Test Series. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much. I would like to make an announcement that from tomorrow onwards, our newspaper analysis will be at 12:30, not 12:15, 12:30. We are making certain changes. Please don't feel that every now and then we are changing. We also have to make certain amendments here and there. So from tomorrow onwards we shall meet at 12:30 or 12:30 with the newspaper analysis. Make sure that you read thoroughly today's newspaper, and when you get good number of questions correct, it will function as an encouragement to you. In fact, that is what we need to do. So thank you very much. We shall meet at 3 o'clock with another class. We had a session at 3 o'clock too. So thank you very much. Ensure that all of you participate. Ensure that you let your friends know about the program. Let it become a good competent forum to discuss the newspaper and analyze the newspaper, so that you all will do extremely good in the general awareness paper of the upcoming examinations. Thank you very much. Goodbye.